We just wrapped up our Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone unit study. I posted about it here on YouTube in the community, and y'all said you wanted a video. So I am breaking down what we did for our unit study, what I would do differently going forward, and our favorite aspects of it. So if you've been thinking about doing a Harry Potter unit study, stick around, I'm going through everything. And if you're new here, my name is Brandi. I am a homeschooling mama. I'm also a full-time working mom, and my husband is super involved in our homeschooling. He's a stay-at-home dad, so he's right there with me. So we did this as a family, minus my 3-year-old. So I have an 8-year-old and a 3-year-old, and this one we really focused on just working with my 8-year-old. With this for the summer, we wanted to dive in. She had never read any of the Harry Potter books. It had been since high school since I read them. My husband read the whole set 3 years ago, and then we've seen the movies, of course. She hadn't. So she was kind of going in kind of blind. She knows if Harry Potter's on the TV, she'll know who Harry Potter is. She knows who Hermione is, but she didn't really know the story behind them. So she was going in pretty blind to this, except she already had a mental picture of what the characters look like due to the movies. So that's just letting you know where we're at on the Harry Potter spectrum. Okay, so we ended up purchasing this unit study guide, and it was from Etsy, and the creator's name is Barefoot Within the Trees. I'll link it up where I purchased. Now, if you've been watching my videos, 1, I don't love unit studies. 2, I'm not a big fan of novel studies that have a ton of components, and we're Charlotte Mason inspired. So I'm gonna break down what I loved about it, what I didn't love about it, what we didn't do, and kind of give you an idea of what I'm gonna do moving forward. So this is Charlotte Mason inspired. There's copywork, there's discussion questions, there's handicrafts. It's got it all in here. I do think that this can be very easily taken up older kids to lower kids with some of the assignments, and especially in the review book, some of the things we just completely skipped. So if you see here, this is like where you would go over the vocabulary, draw it, write it, put the definition, use it in a sentence. We didn't do any of this. So we totally skipped over vocabulary. So if you have younger ones, of course you can do it, and I'll show you what we did, or going older if you want to do vocab and all that. There's also a place to bump this up to a higher level. Okay, so I bought this off Etsy. I was going through it, and I bought all the books. That was my first mistake. I probably shouldn't have done that. But we bought this edition of Harry Potter. I have this edition with The Wizard of Oz, The Jungle Book, Beauty and the Beast. I have a lot of these. They're beautiful. My daughter stays engaged, and so I like to get these. And you can see they're just so cool. There's a lot of elements in them. If you've never seen these, I'll link this one up in the description, but these come out. So there's of Diagon Alley and stuff. And so it just keeps her a little bit more engaged. Even the pages have, you can see, it's just really beautiful illustrations. So we like these, and we'll continue to buy these. Now I'm committed to the whole set of these with Harry Potter. I don't think they've come out with every single book, but I think the first 4 they already have. So we got this edition, it was a hit. Also recommended inside of this unit study where she tells you the books that you need. And now as I go over these books are used, I think several of them are used for multiple years. So just remember that as you're looking at this. We did love the Fantastic Beasts book. This one, I wish we would have used more, but I guess you're like at the mercy of what beasts are included. But it was cool that when we read about the troll, that chapter, we went in here and watched a video, looked up the troll. So this was cool. We also did it for the dragon. So when Hagrid's growing the dragon, we did this. We really, really enjoyed this book. Then The Natural History of Magic. This is a very storytelling book about the history of magic. It follows a researcher who's going all over the world to research magic, and my daughter really, really liked this one. It's beautiful, and we read pretty much the whole thing. So I don't think we would use this one for the next one, but it's so beautiful. I really, really enjoyed this. We talked about different plants, stars, constellations, herbs, and the narrative style really fit what we like from Living Books, Charlotte Mason. So this was a huge hit for us. Now, the books that were part of the curriculum that either I just didn't get to or it was just not in the cards is a kid's herb book. We did use this in the beginning, and my daughter really liked it. She really liked it, going over different plants and what herbs do. And there's some activities in here. It just got to be too much. We like to have a 1 month where it's gentle for summer before we start adding in more things to get back into the routine. And it just had some of the projects were like create lip balm. I just didn't want to do any of that. So we did a little bit. I think maybe the next Harry Potter, we could do more of this. I bought this one because it was included. We didn't even get it in there. This is like experiments and stuff. I wish I would have looked more into this. Once again, we were traveling and stuff and I just didn't get to it. But I didn't feel that bad about it because I knew that like with the other books, we could always pull this one in. So this would be something that I would add in next time, but we didn't get to it this time. And then the next one is the science spell book. We already had this from a unit study I did in October about witches that I created. And we did some projects out of there, but the things that you need, the supply list, are not things that you just have around your house. They tend to be a little bit more complicated, so we skipped this one this time. I am not a game person, y'all. I am not a game person. I like card games. I will do card games all day. Board games, things like that, it takes a lot for me to get into, and I really try, and I will, but I'm never like, ooh, let's do that again. This game we will be playing on our game nights every Saturday. We had so much fun with this game. It's a card game, but it's also like you're throwing the bludgers at people. You have these balls that pop up. You have to catch the golden snitch like when it pops up. It was a lot of fun. Highly recommend this game. We had a blast with this, and this was a great addition. And this was one of the things that was recommended by the curriculum. Now, the two books that I included that were not part of the curriculum, but it's Harry Potter, so there's so much stuff that you can get with it, is I got Harry Potter origami. My husband and my daughter had a lot of fun with this. They did about 4 or 5 different ones. I had copied some of them, so if they messed up, they could redo it. So we did the snowy owl. That was one of the first ones we did. She practiced her practice folds first. We did the sorting hat, the cauldron, the owl, and the golden snitch. She loved the golden snitch because you learn how to fold it to where then when you blow in it, it blows into a ball. And so we did all of those. And now when we do book 2, we have a lot more options to go in here and also continue on with this. So we'll continue on with this when we do book 2, but this was not included in hers, but she loved it. She likes origami. And then this was my favorite, the Harry Potter watercolor. And we did watercoloring as a family. I grabbed one of them that we did. We did the owl. And my husband, me, and my daughter, we all did our watercolor. We did a few of these, really had fun with that. I just made copies of them, but this walks you through step by step. And then you have the stencil in the back. So with the stencil, all I did is put it in the copier, put our watercolor paper and copied it, so I didn't tear anything out of the book. And so we did the sorting hat. We did the owl that I just showed you, and we did the Hogwarts crest. So this was a lot of fun. This was not included in her suggestions, but I added this along with the origami. Okay, so that was what's included. And then you also get your parent book. So this is your first year of Hogwarts. I don't think you're supposed to buy this, but it tells you each day what to do. So it says read chapter 1 and then read natural history book. So that was the one I told you that we really liked. So we'd read chapter 1, then we do that. And then the discussion questions. So it gives you discussion questions, which I did enjoy that. And then it gives you little things that you can do. So this one says, enjoy some lemon flavored candies, just like Professor Dumbledore. And so I did order the old fashioned lemon candies. And so that was a fun way to kick it off. And then it has art and handiwork. So this is watercolor, a night sky background, and it tells you, we just picked out watercolor from here instead. And then you get into your wizard school. And so you were supposed to do mat work. We didn't do mat work, we skipped that. But that was like one whole lesson. I think this would have been a lot for one day. So we kind of spread it out. So we would read the chapter, do the discussion questions, then read the natural history of magic. And then depending on the day would depend if we did art or handicrafts or did origami or something like that. Then you go right into chapter 2, read, retell, and then your natural history. That was pretty much a chapter of natural history every day, and then discussion questions, and then your art and handiwork like rotated. So this one has magical cooking. We didn't do a lot of the cooking. We did do Harry Potter's birthday cake, and we made a cake, and then we also did the chocolate frogs, which was really fun. So those are the 2 kitchen ones we did. So as you go through here, there's a lot to do, but you can find things that work for you. When I asked my daughter what her favorite things were, she loved the game. She loved this. She liked the watercolor. I definitely like watercolor more than her, but she liked that we did it as a family. She loved the origami. She really liked the natural history book. She didn't in the beginning, but by the end, she was like begging us to do this. She loved Harry Potter, and then she liked she liked our movie watch party. So at the end, we did a movie watch party. And then these were some other crafts that she had. So she had this template, but she wanted you to cut it out with a craft knife and everything. I stuck this thing in the Cricut, and so it cut out the black for me. And then we did the kite paper and did this. This is how we ended it. And this was really fun. Along with the crest, there was also links in the study guide, like, hey, go to this link and you can take a quiz to find out what house you're in. And then there was a little fortune teller, like the hand fortune tellers, that also did that, what house you're in. So all of those extra links were so fun. Stuff like this that was easy for me to put together. It was fun. So we definitely left out a lot. We did not do a lot of it, but the things that we did, we really, really enjoyed. So would I buy this again? Yes, because I think it gave me ideas to do things that I wouldn't have thought of myself. I wouldn't have known that there was a sorting hat video. I wouldn't have done this. We wouldn't have done the chocolate frogs. So those kind of things were really, really helpful. And the fact that she already went and matched up the beast for us with the chapters, that was helpful. And this is cheap. I don't know how much I paid, but it was cheap. And so I would totally do this again. Would I go in and be like, am I going to order everything? Absolutely not. I think that unless you are someone who just really loves to do a lot of stuff with a novel, and maybe you're doing a unit study over Christmas or summer, and this is all you're doing, and you just love to deep dive in it, then yeah, I think it would take more than 1 day per chapter to do that, because the chapters are long. That's one thing that sometimes we had to break up the chapters because they're 20 pages. And so that's a hefty reading depending on the age range that you're working with. But I do think for the next one, I will buy the unit study for the second one, but I'm not gonna print out the kids' workbook. So like I showed you, there's like character mapping. You can do the chapter plots. We did cut out pictures. We did the characters, that's all we did, so she would know who the characters are. So we did the ones that she didn't know. I had her write their name, tell me some personality traits. So we did do the character stuff, but she narrates orally, so she didn't do any of this. And we didn't do the definitions. So I think with the next one, I probably will buy it. I'm not gonna print out the student book. I will print out the parent's guide, and we'll probably add in, like we did this time, the origami, the watercolor, and then I may pick one book of the, like either do one of these. I'm not gonna do all three, but we may do the science or the wizard's workshop. She really wanted to do this, but she was really into the herb too. So I think we may just rotate those as we go through. But it was so cheap. That's the thing. These things are so cheap and it saves me time, but I've come to realize I don't need to do all the things, and I know what we will do and what we won't. We're not doing filling out a workbook type thing. It also came with your wizard school book where you put if you made a potion or what beast you found. We're not doing all that. It's just not my thing. But I do have in the parent's guide to help me think of ideas of, oh, that's really cool. We could do that project, or we could do this. And there's recipes in the back if you want to know how to do the birthday cake. I didn't. We just bought cake mix at the store and I let her, but there's pumpkin pastries. So there's so much that you can do. And I think that's the thing. If you're going to get this, there's also knitting patterns. So if you do knit, you can do the scarf, the house scarves. So if you're going to get this, I think it's one of those things that you just have to know there's a lot and you don't need to do everything. I do supporting little Etsy shop moms that are putting together resources, I think this one was really nicely done. It's just too much for our family, but we did enjoy the things that we did. So that is our Harry Potter. Our watch party was so fun. We got Harry Potter popcorn. It was like a big bag of Skinny Pop from Costco, and it was the butterbeer. So we got the butterbeer popcorn. We sprawled out with blankets. We watched the movie. It's been a long time since I watched the movie from beginning to end. My daughter really liked it. She's been going around doing magic spells, and she loves Hermione. And so we enjoyed it. Now, what are we gonna do? When are we doing the second book? I think we're gonna wait till next summer to do the second book. I don't think I wanna do over Christmas. I feel like it's gonna be too much for what we need. And I know the books, as I can remember, I think the topics start to get more mature as the books go on. And I think that this could be something special that we do each summer. And then as she gets a little bit older, if she wants to go faster, we can totally add this in for a month of our literature or something. I'm totally fine with that. But I think she liked the pacing. We're also reading Fablehaven right now. We were reading that at the same time. So we got a lot of mythical and fantasy type stuff going on, which has been fun. And it was cool to see as we're reading Fablehaven, there's a lot of the same mythical beasts that are in Fablehaven that there are in Harry Potter. That was a fun complimentary. Fablehaven's like our bedtime read, our read aloud. And then this was like our literature portion. Highly recommend this game, the Golden Snitch. I'll link all these resources up below. I would say you probably don't need all of the science books that it came with it and herbs unless you're just super into that. Highly recommend the natural history book. Get this one. Get the Beast. That's just a fun reference book to have. The watercolor, if you're a watercolor family, this was so much fun. The origami is really good too. Really like the origami. I think you just have to decide what fits your family best, and quick handicraft stuff like watercolor, origami, that's easy for us. She really liked this. Now it's hanging up in our homeschool room. I do doing projects like this. Like I said, I just took the template that she gave, it was like a graph. It was a PDF or something. I took it, threw it, removed the background in Cricut, threw it in the Cricut program. It cut it out on black cardstock, and then we just had to tape or glue the kite paper on the back. And so now it's up in our homeschool room. We have the window. It's also been really fun because we all took the what house are you in? And so my daughter and I are Gryffindor. I really wanted to be Ravenclaw, but we're both Gryffindor. And then my husband was Hufflepuff. It was just fun, and we've been having a lot of fun with that, like knowing our houses and stuff. Super fun thing to do as a family. We are not diehard Harry Potters, but we definitely like it, and this was a fun unit study. So I'm excited for next year to do book 2. Oh my gosh, I just forgot one of our favorite things, and it's because it's not in front of me. We got the Hogwarts Lego castle. Not the biggest one, but it's still like a lot of pieces. I think it's our biggest Lego set we've ever got. And we are actively working on that. So that's been really fun because as we're putting it together, there was like things that after we got to in the book, and she was like, oh, this is where it's from. There's the chess set inside. And so once we got to the end and he's like doing the chess and having to compete with that to make it to the end, like now we're like, this is the chessboard that's in there. And so that was cool as she's doing Legos, seeing it all come together. And when I say she's doing Legos, she was really into it for the first 3 weeks. She loves Legos. She likes Lego sets that get done quicker. And so when I say we, I mean my husband and I are finishing out this massive Hogwarts castle, which we're really nerding out about. We love. Next time I'll probably get her a smaller Lego set and leave the big ones for us. But our goal was to get this Hogwarts castle and then each summer build it together, take it apart, build it together. That was the whole idea behind this as we go through the books. And then the last thing that I did is whenever we finish a book and she really likes it, I like to put it on Audible. Not Audible, a Yoto card. I do buy it off Audible, and then I do the whole thing where you can download it and put it on your Yoto card. And so I got that. And she came out and she was like, Mom, I really like the Yoto version better than your reading. And I was like, of course you do. He's British and he does voices. And so that's been fun for her to now go back, and she's listening to the Yoto card so she can listen to the book again. We always do Yoto cards after we read the book, never beforehand. And that's worked really, really well for us, is doing it that way, where she has me reading the book to her, and then once we're done, then she can have the Yoto card. We've done this with the Blue Fairy book. We've done this with pretty much any read-alouds that we do. The Secret Garden, The Hobbit. She loved the Hobbit one because she hears me reading it, and then she goes and does the Hobbit. And of course, he is so much better than me when Gollum is reading it to you. So that's been a really great way for us to use the Yoto. So that's what she's currently listening to on her Yoto, is going back through and listening to the book again. So let me know, are you gonna try this out? Have you done another Harry Potter unit study? What would you add? What would you not do? Let me know all that in the comments, because we're definitely gonna do book 2 next summer, and I love getting these ideas, implementing, and we can all help each other. So if this was helpful, go on ahead and subscribe so you see when we come out with the other videos. Comment below, let me know what you have done with Harry Potter or what you want to do, and let's keep this discussion going. Okay, I'll see you in the next video.